99 will always mean 100. 100 will always mean 101. That's what my mama used to always tell me. Okay. And what that means is once you achieve that superiority status, whatever, you feel like you look better than other people, you feel like you have more education than other people, you feel like you're smarter than other people, funnier than other people, you feel like you make more money than other people, you will meet someone else who does it better than you, who's got it better than you, who seems like they gotta figure it out more than you, okay? And what that's gonna do to your ego, it's gonna smash your ego so bad. Then you start the whole cycle of feeling inferior all over again. Everything's brewing right now, conspiring to work out for you. Hey there. Hey there. Hey there. Hi. You guys ever catch yourself comparing yourself to other people and then feeling like complete shit for it? Well, if you do, I want to let you know that, bro, I feel you. I feel you. I get it. And I hate it. I hate having to compare myself. And as much as I want to blame it on society and culture and just the way that I was raised, I also realize that yes, although all of that is true, is the environment in which we grew up in that cultivates that kind of like motivates that, we get to do something about it. We get to do something about it, and it doesn't have to be a thing for the rest of your life, okay? Or even if it is going to be a thing for the rest of your life, we get to learn how to work around it. Okay, there are tools that we can use, there are mindsets that we can adopt. Instead of just fearing like meeting someone who's going to be superior to you and then feeling like shit, because then you'll start to feel inferior. So, what I really want to talk about today is having that superior and inferior complex. That superior and inferior complex, okay? And I know a lot of us operate from this space. Whether or not you're aware of it is a different story, but whether you're aware of it or not, you at least catch yourself comparing yourself to other people, right? And when we compare ourselves to other people, it really robs us of the joy that we deserve to feel at all fucking times. Who cares what chapter they're on, right? And you have no business comparing your chapter 1 or 2 or 3 to their chapter 10, 15, or 20. Like, it just makes absolutely no sense. And trust me, I get it. It's much easier said than done. So let's go ahead and break it down to see what the fuck is actually going on when we're comparing ourselves to other people. Personally, for me, I've always felt the need to be perfect, right? And so, how else do you know if you are on track, if you're doing it right, if you're not falling behind, if you don't compare yourself to other people? There are so many ways in which we can compare ourselves to other people, and all the ways in which I compare myself to other people is, how do they look compared to me? What is their education level compared to me? How much money do they make compared to me? Like their partner, like I even go as far as to think that, like their partner compared to mine. But I must say that I've gotten so much better at catching myself every time I find that need to have to compare myself to other people, right? And then I do something about it in a healthy way as opposed to like taking care of it in an unhealthy way. And we will get to all of that. So I I realized that my need to compare is just a survival mechanism. It's a way for me to stay relevant. It's a way for me to feel like I'm not lost, that I'm not extra weird or anything. But the dangers of that is then I'm operating from this superiority, inferiority complex. What that means is I tend to feel better when I feel like I'm superior compared to someone, and then I tend to feel like shit when I feel like I am inferior to someone and I must bow down to them because they know more. And so that's what happens when you operate from a superiority inferiority complex, right? When you believe that someone else is better than you in whatever department that you choose to measure yourself, then you start operating as if you are inferior to them, lower than them. You become more afraid. You become more fidgety. You operate from a space of fear. You like don't even want to look at them in the eyes because you just feel like they're, oh my gosh, all that. Or vice versa. You when you don't feel good about yourself, you may come across people, you may start looking for examples of how you are actually superior to other people because you understand what it feels like to feel inferior, and that shit does not feel good. When we put ourselves below other people, that shit does not feel good. Tell me I'm wrong, right? You get it because I know the majority of us are out there comparing ourselves when we have no business doing it, comparing ourselves to everybody, okay? Everybody and their mamas, all right? So it does not feel good to feel inferior. And so we step into this bully mindset without even recognizing it, okay? So what do bullies do? Bullies put other people down. Why? So that they can feel better about themselves because they know what it feels like to feel like shit. Therefore, they're going to do it to someone else to elicit and draw out that pain that they personally feel, right? Misery loves company. Misery loves company. If you're in pain, you want other people to feel in pain too. Why? Because you don't want to be the only one that's falling behind, right? Do you see how everything ties together? And so you look for examples so that you can feel as though you are superior when you're comparing yourself to other people. You see, we're playing this game of life all wrong, right? We're constantly comparing ourselves to other people to make sure that we measure up. Measure up to what? What are you measuring up to? And when you do achieve that feeling of feeling more superior, let me just remind you, and I'm sure you know this, okay? Because 99 will always meet 100. 100 will always meet 101. That's what my mama used to always tell me, okay? And what that means is once you achieve that superiority status, whatever, you feel like you look better than other people, you feel like you have more education than other people, you feel like you're smarter than other people, funnier than other people, you feel like you make more money than other people, you will meet someone else who does it better than you, who's got it better than you, who seems like they got to figure it out more than you, okay? And what that's going to do to your ego, it's going to smash your ego so bad. Then you start the whole cycle of feeling inferior all over again. What type of shaky, fake confidence are we operating from if we keep operating from this cycle of having to feel superior in order to feel good? Otherwise, we feel inferior, which makes us feel like complete ass and complete shit. I choose to no longer operate from that cycle. However, this is a work in progress. And you know what I realized on my podcast? I'm not here trying to tell you that I've got it all figured out. No, okay? I'm human. You're human, right? We're going to make mistakes. We have programmings. We have beliefs that are going to pop up at us, that are going to trigger us. But the thing that differentiates, right, people who are trying to do something about it and people who are not, is the quality of life. Is the quality of life. So I choose to do something about it every time I catch myself comparing myself to other people. Okay, so what is the remedy here? What is the remedy? The remedy for feeling inferior is not to somehow make yourself feel like you're superior, because that shit don't work. Because that is operating from a very, very needy, desperate space that still screams insecure. How many of us know people who have all the money in the world, right? Who still screams insecurity? Who still operates from a space of fear, right? Who's always trying to prove a point, like they are worthy, that they're good enough, but they do it in all the wrong ways, in all the unlovable ways. I don't want to operate from that space anymore because I used to. So I get it. So there is such a thing as beginning to operate from a space where there is no superiority, inferiority complex. You do not have to put somebody else down in order to feel good about yourself. And you no longer have to feel bad about yourself when you think that you don't measure up, when you compare yourself to someone else. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? When I'm talking to you, I'm also talking to me, okay? It's a great reminder for me too. I like to take my own medicine, okay? But we can start seeing everybody on an equal playing field. Two things that I believe we all have in common, and I just talked about this to one of my coworkers, but I feel this from the bottom of my heart, is that one, we're all a little broken and a little weird on the inside. Period. Two, we're all powerful beyond all measure. I don't think we can even comprehend how powerful we can be if we lived up to our highest potential. So, both things exist at the same time, okay? Both things exist at the same time. Nobody's better than anyone. No one is less than anyone, okay? Period. And if we operate from that space and we remember that everybody's got their own special powers, right? And everybody's got their own like wounds and things that hinder them, then there really is no need to compare, right? Perhaps then you'll move about with more confidence because there really is no need to compare. When I walk into a room, I don't want to scan the room to see who I feel comfortable sitting next to. I don't want to have to fear sitting next to someone who I feel is so authentically powerful because that somehow triggers an insecurity within me. Because what I want to do is I want to step out into this world with pure confidence, knowing that there is no need to compare myself to anybody else, okay? Because everybody is amazing as fuck. And guess what? Everybody can win at the same damn time, right? There is no need to believe that, yo, if she's winning, that means I'm losing. Cut that shit out. Right? And I'm not putting you down for thinking that way because I used to think that way my whole damn life. I get it. I get it. I'm relating with you. But I'm here to remind you, we do not have to operate from this space anymore. And I feel so strongly about this subject because many of us are operating from this space silently every single day. We judge people, right, just because they scare us. Okay. And then we put people down just so we can feel better about ourselves. And everything is a reflection of what the hell's going on inside. If you were really so confident, there really is no need to compare. Okay. The goal is to be able to show up authentically and powerfully in the face of anybody. All right. Anybody that shows up. Do I have work that I still get to work on? Absolutely. But I'm excited too. Because I'm excited to actually step in to a space of pure authenticity and pure confidence, right? Unaffected by anyone sitting around me because there is no need to compare because everybody's equally as fucking wonderful, okay? And if there is something that I do see that I like in someone else, right? Because if they do possess results that I do want for myself, instead of comparing myself to them and either feeling like, oh my gosh, I'm so behind, oh my gosh, I'm not capable, they're capable of making up all these excuses of why they have what you want and you don't have what you want. Instead of doing all that, learn from them. Learn what ways of being do you empower that I am not? Because obviously you have the results that I don't have, okay? I don't hate on you. I want to learn from you. Okay, and that's the power of society nowadays and technology because people are giving out free freaking information all the time on how they are able to achieve what they want. There is no need to hate. Okay, that energy is so dragging and it hurts and it's so heavy and it's so uncomfortable. Why do we keep doing this to ourselves? Why do we insist on comparing why do we not remember our power? Really quick story. I was comparing myself hardcore to this one person. Okay. And prior to that, I had been feeling so good about myself, so confident, like just so like I was feeling really good moving about in my day-to-day life until this one person stepped into my life and I'm like, bro, I feel like shit compared to her, right? I feel like then it uncovered that I was still operating from that space of comparing myself. And I only felt good when I felt like I was better than people. This all is happening subconsciously. Okay. I just choose to talk about it because I choose to be vulnerable, because I want to relate with you guys, because I want to do something about it that's different. Okay. So when I was hot and bothered by like this person was triggering all the ways in which I felt like I was inferior, and it felt freaking disgusting. I went on YouTube and I was like, bro, how to stop comparing, because I just cannot shake it off. And the great advice that I got helped me tremendously. It's a reminder that when you are comparing yourself to other people, you are not focusing on your strengths, your own personal strengths that only you possess. Focus on that which you are so powerful in and so confident in, and build that up, because everybody is unique in their own special ways. Everybody's got their own special powers. Do not compare what you like, their superpower, to something that you're just not the best at. You can eventually learn to get there if you choose to, but the goal is not to compare your chapter 1 to someone's chapter 10. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Focus on what makes you so powerful, right? So loving, so compassionate, so amazing, so empathetic, so helpful, so loving. Just focus on that, right? Because then you will start to remember how amazing you are. Switch that focus. There is no need to compare. All right. Thanks, y'all. See you for episode 27. And if you like my content, please click subscribe for more real, raw, authentic stuff, okay? Because that's what I love to do, is I love to talk about the real, raw shit that nobody else likes to talk about, yet we all think it. And there is such a freedom, a free feeling when you know that someone else is thinking the same things as you, because it makes you feel less weird. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? Celebrate your weirdness. If I can help support you in any way so that you can remember your power, please allow me to. Click subscribe, okay? And if you want to listen on Spotify, you can find me on Spotify as well. All right, or Apple iTunes if you like to listen instead of watching. Anyway, I will see you guys for episode 27. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.